please give a very warm welcome to Joyce Sankey.
As you can see, we spared no expense. I just want to say, as most comedians have to say, thank you very much to Mike, who's been our MC, and thank you to Roman and Matthew one more time. It's a lot darker out here than I thought it would be. I don't know if they can bring up the lights a little bit. How many of you guys saw, well, actually, what he said to you earlier today, I did take my daughter to the airport. She flew out to, she's one of 16 students going to study Italian with the actual professionals in Bologna, Italy, which is so exciting. And, but I really wanted to see if I could get an escort pass to go to the gate. That wasn't going to happen at all. So where is Mike at? Went out. Oh, okay. Anyway, we'll bring the house lights up a little bit. So I had to, we checked in her luggage, and then we went on, and then right at security, I asked the lady, and just like, is there, they told me to look for this manager in a red outfit. Is there any way that I can just, kind of get an escort pass? She goes, who told you that? We don't have nobody here in the manager in a red shirt. Who told you that? There's nobody here in a red shirt. I was like, oh, okay. And so I was had to wave goodbye to my daughter. I'm like, goodbye. She's taking these pictures of me. And so I'm just kind of watching her go through, and then there's like this glass thing, so I'm still waving. But there's another security guard, on the side. And so he's kind of just looking at me like, because I keep coming closer to him. And then I approach him. I'm like 5 feet away. He's like, stay right where you are. And I'm like, I just want to ask a question. He's like, stay right there. You cannot go any further, And I'm like, this is probably not a good time to go. My daughter would kill me. Anyway, how many of you have seen the royal wedding? Royal wedding. Yes, I love African American preachers. You guys love African American preachers? Because nobody preaches like them. They're so awesome, He's like, God is love. See, they had Reverend Curry. They interviewed Reverend Curry and also Reverend Welby. They both conducted the ceremony for Harry and Meghan, right? And they asked Reverend Curry, the African American, they go, you were the first African American to ever preach? They go, how'd you feel? He goes, well, see, I'm in the motherland. So how'd you feel at church? Well, I'm up in Mama's house. It's okay at Mama's house. So he starts his ceremony. He first starts saying, Song of Solomon. And I was like, wait a minute. For any of you who know the Bible, that's like the Harlequin romance section. And we know Solomon was very wise, king and all that, but there are some things in there. And I like what the girl says to Solomon, because she's like, your muscles, they're strong as pillars. You're so strong. You're like a building structure. And then he looks at her in all his wisdom, and he's like, your teeth, they're as white as sheep. They're all washed and shorn. It's not that funny. But I loved it because he was preaching, and he was like, God is love, and if you have not love, or you do not know God, I cannot get an amen. I cannot get an amen. And Jesus said in the New Testament, when they had asked him, they had tried to trick him, and they had asked him, what is the greatest commandment of all? He said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, and all your strength. Could I get an amen? Did you see the faces of the royals? We are the frozen chosen. We do not do amen. We do silent British nods. We do not do amen. That's why he brought a gospel choir. They were like, amen. They were singing up, amen. I'm like, this is the old band room, right? I was never in band, but I was in choir. Wouldn't it be cool, like if we all, that's why I'm waiting to turn, when you find him, turn the lights on. I need to see my audience. Wouldn't it be cool if we could all sing amen and be the white gospel choir? You guys want to do it? You want to go on Facebook Live? Dedicate a song to Harry, to Megan. Live from Plymouth, Michigan. I think it would be fun. Anybody game? No? Okay. Well, I don't want your phones to ring, but you do have to take your phones out, and everyone's going to Google what's called pizza bouquet. It's a real thing. Because a lot of times when you do stand-up comedy, people are like, is that for real? Is that part of her act? Pizza bouquet, or bridal pizza bouquet. And if the first person gets it, just show it to the person next to you if you see a picture of it. Does everybody see a picture of that? Survey says, class. Do you see it? Yeah. All the women are like, oh my gosh. Is that for real? That for real? It's crazy, isn't it? So all I can think of is a couple of things, right? What woman, after spending hundreds of dollars, is going to order a pizza bouquet, right? She's going to walk down with this greasy thing dripping all over herself. If you actually read the article, they say the most ridiculous thing. They're like, aren't floral bouquets just old school? I'm like, no, they're not. They're actually classic. Because when I was a little girl, I never imagined myself running through a field of pepperoni. And just saying, oh, mozzarella, mozzarella. I mean, it's got to be the groom's idea. What, is he so hungry he can't get through the bowels? Oh, I think I love you, but I need to eat something before I pass out. Just a bite, just one pizza, just craving it. Oh yeah, babe, love you forever. Anyway, that's all I have on that. So, Mike's back. Are you turning the lights up a little bit for me? A little bit. Is that too bright? A little. Why are you waving? I just thought it was interesting that we have these lockers behind us. Does anyone know those people? The Brinker family, we want to know what's in there. Is the Brinker family in the house? No? Who wants to open up the Fantastic Sam's one? If that's too bright, is it too bright? I just need, it's just a little bit dim then. I just have to see some of their faces. I just can't. Now, have you guys heard that Ford Motor Company? Is that better? Ford Motor Company is going to start reducing their car production. They're not going to sell as many cars. Did you guys hear that? They're going to keep with their trucks. She's so cute. She raises her hand. Like we're in class. It's all good. So I heard Willie Nelson, he dedicated a song to Ford people. Of all the cars I've loved before, driven so many miles and more. That's it. That's all I got. We're such a texting society, aren't we? Everything has to be text. We're used to the text. We read the text. We analyze the text. The text is like the secretary. You just got to screen the call, screen the people, right? In fact, when your phone rings, don't you find it annoying? Aren't you kind of like, oh, that's my phone. Someone's calling me? What do they want? Don't they know what to say in a text message? Oh my gosh, I'm going to answer that. My cell phone is 8 gigabytes, yep. My cell phone is so old, I don't have Siri. I have her grandmother. Her name is Opal. She's from the South. Opal, can you give me the AMC website, please? I ain't awake yet. AMC ain't open either. I get it when I good and ready, you stupid Yankee. I had to send a couple of voice texts. As someone mentioned earlier, my friends can't be groaning. I remember one time, I have a wonderful friend here, her name is Trish, and I had to send her a voice text that said, thank you, Trish, for the meal. That's not what she got. said, "Thank you, trash, for the meal. We threw it out. Have a great day." And one time I was answering someone's prayer request, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I just want to pray for these people, blessings over them. I just have to pray about them. I hope everything's great. And next thing you know, I send, but that's not went out. That didn't go out. What went out is, pray y'all get beatings. Every single day. Pray you get beatings. God help you. Ever meet a new person and you got to put them in your contacts, But you're like, how am I going to remember them? So I'm like, I have a friend named Dawn. I'm like, Dawn, dance mom, Joyce, soccer mom, But I hate putting in doctors' names because you can't pronounce them, right? So I just put in, like, Dr. Safari. And then when I called the office, I'm like, is Dr. Safari there? She's like, we don't have anyone named that, but we have a Dr. Zamari. Like, oh, yeah, that works. For Mother's Day, my kids got to take me to a Chinese restaurant. We have to stay away from salt for a long time, and I was just craving Chinese. There's barely anybody in the restaurant, but it was just fun to go out with my family. And when we got there, I have my lovely son who's up here filming. Did you wave to everybody? He's my other son. Anyway, so he's the first one to order at the table, right? And the waitress, she doesn't speak much English. So he's like, see, I gotta feed my biceps here, so I need pork, chicken, shrimp, and I want that combination. She goes, you want combo? He goes, I want a combination, shrimp, chicken, and some pork. I want the combo. She goes, you want combo? And I was like, oh wait, I think she wants to know if you want the soup and the egg roll with it, like the whole combo, And he goes, okay, combo. And she goes, okay, soup, you want egg drop or wonton? Like, say wonton. We need to get the rest of the table ordered. Combo, say combo. Then we get to the next one. He's like, do you guys have Thai food? Sitting there for 20 minutes staring at a Chinese menu. He goes, I want some drunken noodles. She goes, no, she goes into the kitchen, brings somebody else. What you say? Drunken noodles? Oh, noodle. Okay, you want thin noodle or fat noodle? He's like, that's okay, I'll take combo. Most of you guys know I'm an extrovert, love people. What's my favorite social media? Facebook, absolutely. I remember 8 years ago when it first came out, my first post was so stupid. It was like, I had eggs for breakfast. I got like 2 likes. And then I got so excited, I just started posting and I got what's called OPFB, overposting on Facebook. I overposted so much. My older daughter, she's in high school talking to her friend. She goes, so then what happened was, she's like, it's okay. I already read your mother's post. And now people, when they send prayer requests or pictures, are like, don't post it on Facebook. Do I look like Mrs. Facebook? I wish I was. But some of the posts on Facebook, I have to crack up. Just like, if you ever get surgery, don't show us like 25 close pictures, okay? Some people show 25 pictures of their injured foot. Black and blue with stitches. We didn't want to see it when it was healthy. Pretty sure we don't really want to see it close up while it's sick. I had a chance to work at Green Cedar. Green Cedar is a Middle Eastern cuisine. It's kind of like a mom and pop shop. You need to make your phone call your order in, that you can come pick it up. I liked working with Waleed. I gave him a lot of suggestions. He used them. It was great. And he says to me, I need to have words to say on the menu that people like to come in, on the menu, and great food. You mean like great food, Green Cedar kind of thing, like a theme? Yeah, I need. And I was thinking to myself, because you can't really say like, Green Cedar, the taste will explode in your mouth. Green Cedar, best terrace food in town. I'm Arabic, I can make fun of that. My mom used to say, you know, the Arabs discovered everything. Look at the sun. The Arabs discovered it. The Arabs have the best food. They made the best food. You know how I know they made the best food? Because even Jesus, he ate our food. Did he eat Chinese? No. Did he eat Mexican? No. He ate Arabic food. So we say, oh, you always a green cedar? Even Jesus ate our food. So I helped Waleed out for like a summertime because he was transitioning employees. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I don't mind doing it. Lunchtime gets packed. There's 20 people lining up. It's really weird because men always know what they want. Right? In general. You can applaud. It's all good. They do. They'll walk out. They're like, chicken combo, and I'll grab my own pop. Cool. And then this one guy goes, and whatever she wants. I'm like, no, she's going to ask for a menu. She's like, can I have a menu? Looking behind her. No. Tell me what you want. Let me help you out. Can I get that round, like, veggie thing? You mean falafel? Yes. And can you put it in a wrap? Like falafel sandwich? Yes. I'm like, okay, good. Next customer. I love it when they can't pronounce what they want. You know, this guy, he's coming in. Can I get that Hummer? So, did you want the car or the appetizer? This one lady, she's just like, I would like that douche salad. You guys know her? With the pita chips? I'm like, you mean fatouche? Right, and my friend wants that green salad. Like, what salad isn't green, right? You try not to be sarcastic to the customers. She wants that green salad that just looks like it's chopped from the front lawn, with the burglar in it. Oh, you mean tabbouleh? With the burglar? Okay. Well, every day we had the same customer come in, and he was great. In the beginning, when I first met him, I was like, okay, a little bit different, but he'd come in, he goes, I would like to order a burger, please. A burger with a French fry. And you're like, did you want cheese or Kleenex with that? Well, I looked at the Google. I found the Google, and I looked at the green cedar. And the first, when you saw the green cedar, you had a red sign. And then now I see the green cedar is with a green sign. You're right. We first had green cedar written on a red sign. And I told Waleed, since you are green cedar, you should probably be on a green sign. That was very smart of you. I like you very much. My coworker, Mohammed, surprise name, every other guy was Ali or Mohammed, right? You go to Dearborn, you yell, Mohammed, half the guys to look. Ali, the other half looks. He decides that it's time to pray in the back kitchen, in front of the freezer. Turns off half the lights. That's just the main freezer where we're grabbing the hummus and the garlic sauce stuff. And I didn't know he's in there, so I'm like, I need a, oh! That was embarrassing. I'm like, don't worry, I'll pray for you. Take up your mat and go home. Thank you. I love your laugh. Give him the mic. Yeah, my parents are from that peaceful country that you never hear about called Syria. Before 9/11, I kid you not, before 9/11, people would be like, I go, my parents are from Syria, and they're like, oh, your parents are from cereal? I never heard of that. Yeah, they popped out of a Kellogg's box. People don't ask that question anymore. You know, Arabs and Jews look a lot alike. You know, if you actually look at them, there's a guy on YouTube, you guys are going to go see this later on YouTube, and he sings this song called Tabbouleh Bouleh, shake, shake your booty. Tabbouleh Bouleh, everybody, shake, shake your booty. No, but he looks so Arabic. And my friend who's actually, she's like, no, he's Jewish. I'm like, no, he's Arabic, you know. But they do, they can look alike. Now, my youngest brother, who's got really dark, long hair, beard and mustache, as soon as he steps into an airport, barely gets to security. It's like the SWAT team comes around him, you know. He's got to go in the back room, strip, all that fun stuff. Now, he was actually at Northridge Church. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Northridge. Do big, huge Christmas musical productions, like as big as Broadway. They actually wanted to cast him as Jesus. Can you imagine? Like an Al-Qaeda Jesus? Anyway, it's okay to people like that. Well, like my whole family is ADD, and most Arabs are ADD. I think Washington needs to know. What you need to do is crop dust the Middle East with Adderall. Before any peace treaty. Goodbye. You thought you could sneak out of here in your quiet flip-flops. Those flip-flops didn't even make a sound. Do you know I actually got like new flip-flops, and I'm not kidding. I'm not doing this just because it's comedy time. They're flat flip-flops, and literally every like 6th or 7th move was a fart. And this guy was nice enough to give just me and my daughter a private tour of this huge building. So like, I had to apologize. I go, really, I'm sorry, these are brand new. I'm so sorry. And he was walking around with a smirk on his face. I go, I think we need to be done with the tour. I've done a lot. It would be different if it gave you one kind of sound. It's like, I don't know how, it's like fart flops. They should make those for men, right? When he walks in, what should we do when he walks back? Somebody make a fart sound. No, it's okay. So, yeah, actually Hallmark is coming out with ADD cards. I don't know if you've heard of that. Yep, Hallmark has those, ADD cards. And they say, roses are red, violets are blue. So anyway, what I was saying was, they actually have cards for bipolar people. Sometimes you're happy, and sometimes you're not. I wish you'd stay on your meds, so you could be happy a lot. Those would sell well. Now, I grew up speaking Arabic. You know, Arabic is that real romantic language, right? If you could go... Like Rosetta Stone comes with a bucket. You know, if it's 10 feet out, you're going to get an A, okay? Perfect, right? The words are hard to say. I know you know a little bit. If you want to say, ukhti, can you try to say that word for me? She's like, don't come near me, please. You try it. Say, ukhti. I told you, we spent so much money, I can only go this far. You have to come this far. Give her a round of applause, people. Say it over time. Now, if you want to say achui, that's my brother. Can you say that?
Achui.
Good job. You guys did better than I thought. Now, I have to say that my childhood was different than yours, okay? Because growing up, we only had one phone, and when it rang, everybody ran to it, right? It was the highlight of the day. But my mom would always answer it first. Inevitably, people wanted to know where we lived, so she had to give the address out. The address is 1388 Ruffner. But every day, all 5 of my siblings, we can hear this every single day. Every single day, when she gave it out, she'd be like, the address is 1388, that's a 1, and the 3, and the 8, and the 8. And it's Ruffner, Ruffner. The people are like, can you spell it? R, like run. U, like the letter U. F like a Frank, F like a Frank. Oh, you already said that. No, there's 2 Franks. N like I never do this again. E is for everybody come to the party. Everybody come. And then R. When we, yes, my childhood was definitely different than yours. Everybody, when they went to the zoo, you'd go see the monkeys, go check out whatever, the reptiles. We had to go to the camels. Yep, because the camel does not speak English. All these Americans, they walk by, they see the camel, they say, hi, how are you? They don't speak English. They speak Arabic. So my mom has to go up to the camels, and she's like, da, da! As loud as she can. Nuh, nuh, nuh. And his little kids were like, oh my God. And the camels actually came forward, and they kneeled. They did, they kneeled. And the next thing you know, people were applauding. I'm like, this is a totally silly story, but it's true. She dropped me off at a friend's house, brand new friend. And all of a sudden, she looks over in the backyard. Grape leaves! It's time to go get grape leaves. No, Mom. I don't even know the parent. I don't know anybody. Do not get out of the car. Do not get out of there. My grandmother was with her. Yalla, tie, grape leaves. I'm like, no. Do you want dinner? I want a friend first. I go in the house. So embarrassing. My mom and my grandmother used to wear knee-high, whatever they're called, socks. Like half of a mini skirt and 3 sweaters. So what are you wearing? They're both back there with grocery bags picking the grape leaves. My friend's mom is like, Frank, who are these people back there? Well, I don't know who they are. Call the cops. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I have my mom, she's older now, and it's so funny because I love to watch her with technology, right? I say, Mom, I'm driving the car and we had to look for Kroger. So I'm like, just Google it. Just go on your phone and Google it, She's like, hello, Google. How are you? Please find for me a Kroger. Mom, it's Kroger. Say Kroger. Find for me a Kroger for you. No, nearest you. Say nearest you. Please, God bless you. Mom, it's a machine. The next thing you know, we pull into Dr. Kruger's dental office. I'm like, wrong. Now my grandmother, she didn't speak English at all. She just could say he came back. Quite silently. We like your flip-flops. Because we're talking to him. It's okay. My grandmother could only say 3 words in English, right? She could say water, money, and Tarzan. That was it. They used to play Tarzan, old black and white film, not the new Disney one. And every time I went to her apartment, all you could smell is grape leaves, and there was always Tarzan. I'm like, why is she obsessed with this show? What does she like about it? He sounds like he's singing in Arabic. That's why she likes it. I don't know about you, but old people from the old country, we could never take them to the restaurant. Taking my grandmother to a restaurant, when she sat at the table, she thought everything on the table belonged to her. Everything. She'd take the salt and pepper shakers, she's taking the jelly, she's taking everything. Stuffing it everywhere. When we would go to her apartment, she would stuff all her cash under the mattress, in specific drawers. She just had cash because she grew up in the 30s. You hid everything in your room, all your cash, Later on, we'd look at her and she's like, you need money? I get for you. Okay. She's like, do you want 10s or 20? Wait, are you hungry? I get you cents. You want the mustard with that? I get that. Oh my gosh. When she was, she actually lived across the street from the Michigan State Fair when they used to have it down in Detroit. And I can't believe it, this teenager tried to grab her purse and steal it. She grabbed that purse back, yanked it. She started chasing after him with it. He didn't know. The money wasn't even in the purse. Now, I've been married, this fall will be 28 years. When you get married, you have to deal with a lot of things. You've got like cultural background differences, male-female differences. There's so many things that you think of. But the introvert-extrovert is one of the top. Anybody find that? When you're now, two introverts married together may not relate. But introvert and extrovert, because I've had to learn with introverts, there are certain words that just scare them. Friends. People. Money. Party. My husband, being the analytical engineer that he is, the scariest word for him is, who could guess? If we were invited to a wedding, who said that? Bonus points for you, awesome. Absolutely, don't get me started. Yeah, if we were invited to a wedding, he always has to look at the invitation, see what time the ceremony starts, what time does the reception start, because he's got to calculate the distance and the time. Because if it's 2 o'clock ceremony, 6 o'clock reception, he's stopping at Burger King in between. He's just always a thinker. And Sundays used to be the most difficult times for us because I'm at home with the kids during the week and I'd school them a lot until they got to high school, so I was always with the kids. So when Sunday came, at our church we have something called meet and greet. You guys have that at your church at all? Yeah, so that's my favorite. For an extrovert, are you kidding me? Meet and greet time. It's a whole sea of people. So my wings come out. I'm like, hey, how's it going? Oh, I love your purse. I'm praying for you. Yes, I'll call you later. Oh, absolutely. And now we're at a timer. So my husband's like, get back in the jar. Now, I hate teaching math. I really do. Because I don't really care how many kids got off the school bus. I just want to make dinner, okay? So I had to teach my daughter about fractions, and I'm like, everything to me is relational, okay? I'm just like, okay, so like Miss Numerator, she got dressed up, and so she met Mr. Denominator, and then together they had fractions. So every time you eat pizza or cake, you're eating fractions. But one day they got in an argument, so Mr. Denominator has to live in the basement. He's going down. He's always down. But yeah, I mean, when you homeschool, you can get so busy being in co-ops and doing so many different things. I remember my kids were younger. I remember those little ABC things you can put on the tile? The letters, anybody remember those? Give to your kids at all? I'd be like, spell Washington. Who is the first president? Mom, I'm cold, I want to tell. I don't care, spell it anyway. 2 moms can relate to that. Now, the story problems have changed. They gave us a new math book. You know, math doesn't change in general. We had to get a whole new curriculum because the story problems changed. And what really changed were the names in the story problems. So they're gathering like all these international names now, which is kind of cool. But this one math problem was like, Bonita had $63 and went to the mall. And when I first read that, I looked at my daughter, I'm like, this is going to be fun. Because Bonita, she had $63. And then she had gone to the mall because she had met her friend Fajita and Anita. Because she saw that dress she wore, and she said, oh, look, that's more than $63. That's the beginning of what I paid. She bought herself a dress and pants, all kind of stuff. They said, let's go to the movies. So my daughter, I'm her school teacher. Now, I like to teach Bible sometime, right? Bible's a lot of fun. So I was teaching my kids about Adam and Eve. And I often think odd thoughts like when we get to heaven, are all the women going to look at Eve and go, you know, you weren't very popular. We all kind of hate you. And whatever you do, don't say it was apple. Tell them it was chocolate, okay? I just thought, you know, God had Adam name all the animals. Because he wanted him to see, like, that's not going to be your mate. You're going to name all the animals. I can't imagine them sitting there over and like naming, you know, giraffe, alligator. Like, that's kind of tiring. And so then he let him go to sleep. That's what I'm explaining to my children. And then when he woke up, he saw Shania Twain. Give me action, give me attraction. I'm not a drive or a cheetah that can run fast. No, Oh, Adam, I feel like a woman. Woo! That's how he knew her name. And with Abraham and Sarah, I was like, could you imagine Sarah as like Edith Bunker? Because she was old. They both were old. But like, can they write? Oh, I know, I'm in my 90s. Yeah, I can barely walk. But I just took the test and the camel died. We're going to have a baby. Now, you know that she was impatient. Before she had her baby, she told her husband that he can be with Hagar. I love it when our pastor's from the South, so he's like, Hagar. Abraham and Hagar met. And I love it when he says Pharaoh. He's like, Moses spoke to Pharaoh. I don't know what translation it is, but it sounds good to me. But obviously, like Sarah got jealous, so she kicked Hagar out of the house, right? She's like, bye-bye with you. So Hagar's walking along. She's like, think of me kindly when we say goodbye. Remember me once in a while, please promise me you'll try. If you ever have a moment, spare a thought for me. Buy my comedy DVD. Almost done, not quite. No, I'm almost done. But I have to say that I absolutely love my father-in-law and my brother-in-law and all the people in my life that are engineers. I love engineers. Raise your hand if you're an engineer. Okay, you can see they're going to really raise. Where do you work at? Where did you say? Oh, okay, awesome. Anybody else? I know there's one back there. We do. We love engineers because they're definitely the most chronological, functional, organizational, cheap people I've ever met. It's okay. It's okay. I'll never watch your dog again. Have you heard that Amazon is coming out with a new Echo? Echo, W-O-E? For wives of engineers. It's supposed to help women who are married to engineers. Yeah, remember Alexa? You can ask it any question. You're like, Alexa, my husband doesn't say I love you often. Well, should I be concerned? Okay, has your husband fixed a faucet or repaired a vehicle lately? Yes, then he has said I love you. Oh no, Alexa, I have another overdraft fee for $25. What do I do? Okay, he's removed you from the joint checking account. He's sending you 3 Dave Ramsey links and a book from Amazon. I'm like, oh no, Alexa, what do? I heard a noise in the car, and I don't want to tell him. He'll just turn into an attorney. What do I do? Okay, interrogation begins at 5:35 p.m. Make him his favorite meal. Leave a note next to it. I'll tell him you're at the movies. Alexa, you're so awesome. Alexa, I just don't want to argue with him because I can never tell him about my feelings because he's like, feelings profit us nothing. Thanks, Grant Williams. That's the pastor we had at our church. He always threw that line in there at any point he could. Alexa, what do I do? Well, there's no scientific method for emoting. Please seek the nearest female friend. Anything else I can do, Alexa? Yes, you can use car analogies. My battery is drained. I need recharge. Can you take the kids today? All right, and I made up this fun little song. Some of you will be familiar with the tune, but where are my children? You guys are my echo. Come on up, give them a round of applause. You guys stand over here. Come up closer. Like jump rope, just kind of jump right over it. All right, so I think we're okay. Here, let me go with this. All Okay, now we're okay. All right, so I said, Alexa, can you play his favorite song? Playing The Handyman Can. We don't really have a tune for this, so we're just going to go with it, all right? Okay, so you guys can clap if you want. Who can make a car run?
Who can make a car run?
Wash and wax it too.
Wash and wax it too.
Who can check the oil and the radiator too? The handyman.
The handyman.
The handyman can.
The handyman can.
The handyman can, 'cause he fixes it with tools and makes the world run right. Who can fix a faucet?
Who can fix a faucet?
Leaking day and night.
Leaking day and night.
Who can fix the lighting, make the plumbing run right? The handyman.
The handyman.
Oh, the handyman can.
Oh, the handyman can.
The handyman can, 'cause he fixes it with tools and makes the world run right. One more time. The handyman can, 'cause he fixes it with tools and makes the world run right. Thank you.